Good morning. Today I have a special surprise. I'm gonna cook to peas. That's my new series, and my first guest is from England. He's a local guy, a very friendly person. His name is Simon. Hey Simon.
Hi, hey Matiss, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm great, mate. What are you gonna show to me?
Well, it's a pleasure to be here. What we're going to make today is a traditional cottage pie. It's by request from Matiss, so I'm more than happy to do that. Cottage pie is part of English culture. It's been within our culture for hundreds of years, and it's developed only slightly in terms of the variations of the content of the dish.
So basically, it's like grandma's recipe, yeah?
It is like grandma's recipe.
All right.
You know? The neighbour has a different idea of what cottage pie is. You know, your grandma does, and these dishes are often passed down to generations. What I brought with us today is the ingredients for my idea of what a good cottage pie is all about. So I'm ready to start when you are.
I trust in your expertise. So Simon, I don't want you just to cook for me. I want you to involve me as well. So as a result, I learn a little bit about your culture, about your cuisine, and basically about how you do things as well. Because I believe we have small differences, but there's more similar still, as you see right now. So what you got for me?
Right, okay. Well, yeah, I'll ask you to help me as we go through this. Basically, I've got a set of ingredients for the meat filling.
All right.
And a set of ingredients for the topping.
So
basically, a cottage pie is a mixture of a meat base,
all right,
and some kind of potato, crispy.
So basically, it goes in two levels, as I understand.
That's right.
So I asked you, because I did some research before as well, and I asked you to divide it in two groups right now. So what we got here is the first group, which is a base level basically, and the top level, yeah.
Yeah. This is the filling, as it were.
Yeah.
So
the base.
It's comprised of vegetables.
Comprised, such a fancy word.
Sorry,
it's good. It's good. I like it.
It's comprised of vegetables and to give a nice earthy flavour.
Okay, what kind of veggies you have in there?
Okay. We have celeriac, which is a lovely root vegetable.
Like this.
It's
where you bought it? It looks like Tesco's, yeah.
It's Sainsbury's.
Sainsbury's, all right.
This morning.
All right, so okay.
Okay, and that's got a lovely creamy white flesh to it. It's got a slight celery flavour to it, but it has a flavour of it all of its own. Because it's a root vegetable as well, it goes really well with the other root vegetables that we have in here. So we've got swede, which is another nice vegetable. We've got carrots, and we've got onions as well. Which
By the way, talking about swede, I remember I spoke with you that the potatoes were not present in the UK. And you used to use turnips and swedes, right?
That's right. I'm not sure about the Swedes, but certainly from what I've read, you know, before hundreds and hundreds of years ago, the potato was not a naturally occurring vegetable in this country.
But because of progress.
We now have these things. But what we used to do instead of potatoes, because potatoes is so commonly used these days, we used to use turnips. Something I wasn't there at the time, but
but
that's
as
something
you read
I've
in books, right?
Yeah, sure.
All right, keep on explaining, please.
Okay, so there's our vegetables. We're going to use minced beef as a filling, and I bought this stuff as well. This is going to save us a lot of time. This is basically a beef stock.
It's a pretty common thing in Britain. I noticed you have this stock thing, which is basically a liquid thing. For equivalent for Europeans would be something like this. It's very common. It's like you use these cubes, or if you're like proper Latvian, this is only spice you really need. You can put it in anything. I could eat it myself, so just put a finger in there and eat it. I'm so serious.
Right, okay, yeah. So, it's like a veg bouillon, is that? Is it? Like
it's equivalent to this thing. So I'm just telling to my Latvian auditory and the people who are not actually born in here. So, all right.
Well, super. So yeah, this is going to save us a load of time. You know, it comes from beef bones, and normally a beef stock, traditionally made, would take at least 12 hours to make because it has a long cooking process.
Like you told me, for proper, how it was called, gravy, yeah? The one from the States. Remember you told me one of those first days we talked about food.
Yeah.
You told me to make a proper gravy you need bones and whatnot.
Yeah.
And it takes at least 1 day to make them.
At least 1 day.
Yeah.
Often in kitchens, they'll spend 48 hours, that thing will be cooking for 48 hours.
It's a really serious business.
Yeah, yeah, and it's the result is something that you can't often buy in the shops as well, so it's worth knowing. So it'll be interesting to see just how good this is compared with the stuff that you can make at home. Baking potatoes make a really good mashing potato because they have a floury texture when they're cooked, which means they fluff up, and they do very well for the finishing of this potato dish. In it, my own take, I'm just going to grate up some of this smoked cheddar in there, and also put some parsley in there, some chopped up parsley, and lashings and lashings, loads and loads of butter as well, because it helps to cream it down and give it that it really does enrich the finished product. So you do notice it in terms of the flavour when you use butter. So that's a.
Okay, Simon, what's next?
Okay, right. So Matiss, you've chopped up the potatoes.
Yes, I did. I helped.
You put them in a pan with plenty of salted water.
Yes.
And covered that with water. That gas is on now, so water. So that's going to come to the boil and nicely cook those potatoes. So in the meantime, we've got another pan on here with a frying pan on the top.
Alright. And
what we intend to do now is we're going to fry our vegetables.
Alright.
Put the meat in there, and then make a reduction from the wine and the stock that we've got. We're going to concentrate those flavours, and that's going to be our filling. Alright, okay, so we're going to start.
Any oil, butter?
Yeah, I'm going to put a bit of oil in there. It's going to happen all very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Do you want to do this? Or?
No, you go ahead. I'll help you with the minor things.
Okay.
So,
what I will add to that right now, though, is some salt, because the salt will help to break down that vegetable even quicker.
Alright.
So there are a few of the other root vegetables in there. I'm just going to add some of this rice beef that we've got.
Can I do that? Can I add?
Of course you can do it, yeah.
Yeah, I would like to participate as
Yeah,
well. All of it.
Yeah, I put it in, yeah. So, yeah, that's it. Okay. You can break that up with your hands as well, won't you?
Use my hands. Alright. So basically you want me to mix it up so it's in the same consistency, yeah?
Yeah, it's really important, I think, to be able to break that meat down, that minced meat down, into the smallest bits that you've got. You can see, if you look at the base of that pan there, you can see the water actually coming out of the mince there.
Yeah, but not too much, because the fat on this one is only 10%, right?
Yeah.
Are these
really
bits small enough?
Yeah, that's looking very good now.
So we're going to chop them a bit.
As you'll see, we want to cook as much of that liquid away as possible.
Yes.
That will concentrate the flavours in the pan, which will give us a stronger flavour, which is what we're really after here.
I would like to talk about the reasons why I'm doing this channel. What I saw, I'm in a situation where in a different land, and there's so many cultures around, and so many good people as well. So I decided to invite all of them. What I'm having for next 2 months, I'm still going to do solo cooking as well, but I will have people from all kinds of nationalities, backgrounds, and their stories, cuisines, and all happy people. Then they're going to come here, and then they cook with me.
Can you see that now? Much less liquid. Well,
Yeah.
it's all evaporating in this steam that's evaporating away, and it's helping to concentrate those flavours. Right.
Nice.
So I've added the wine to that now. Of course it's going to taste quite bitter because there's fresh wine in there, but we'll soon boil out the alcohol from that, just leaving the
grape
reduced
flavour.
wine
Yes.
in the dish there. It's going to discolour these vegetables here, but that's okay. So we're just going to continue reducing that. This process is now called the reduction process, where we reduce and we add something else, and we reduce and we concentrate those flavours. It gives a really nice flavour.
I'm familiar with these processes, mate.
Excellent.
I'm gonna go medieval on this one.
Yeah. What I'm going to do now is get this butter ready. Matiss has picked Lurpak, which is a really, really nice creamy butter. While Matiss is mashing, I'm going to grate some of this smoked cheddar. That's not part of the classical recipe, but I think it would be a really nice addition to the dish. The cheese to that mash, you know, where it's sort of adding more fat, you know, like we've added the butter.
Yeah. Look at this. Oh.
That can come off the heat now, I think. can see how it falls, it falls about.
Like ice cream.
It's because it's full of fat, yeah. And it's not particularly healthy, but it's going to taste really great.
Well, if I have to die, I'd rather die from good food. Alright, what's the next step then?
Right, okay, so we're almost there.
You want me to continue with this?
There's nothing else we need to do to that now, except for chucking that parsley as we need it.
The very end.
What I've done here is I've put the red wine in there. I've reduced that down to concentrate the flavours, burn off the alcohol. I've added beef stock in there. I'm now reducing that down again to concentrate those flavours.
Okay, Simon, what's next?
Okay, so just to recap, we've got 3 items here. This is our finished sauce.
Where you added some butter as well.
Yeah, I put a big knob of butter in there as well, okay, to add fat into it.
Alright.
Yeah, nice, give it a nice buttery, rich and flavour.
The mash looks beautiful.
Well, we've got the mash there that you've made, it's absolutely fantastic. Okay, so here we go, put that in. Just my spoon. Put it in there. Okay, that's done. Okay, I'm going to mix this up a little bit. Okay. Quite a lot of vegetables in there, more than I would normally have in a cottage pie, but you know, this is just a one dish. You're not going to have to serve peas or anything else with it.
Yeah,
it's all in there.
Everything is done.
Okay.
It's balanced itself.
Yeah. So just before I go to put that into the dish, I'm just going to use some of this parsley right at the very end.
All right.
That's going to add a colour, and it's going to cook down quickly as well. Before I put it in the dish, I'm just going to give one final check of the seasoning. Make sure I've got the right amount of salt in there.
All right.
So I'm going to grab a spoon.
I'll mix this up a
Put
little.
this spoon in, okay? And just have a little taste. Have we got enough salt? That's just right.
Looks alright to me. All of it.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. There we go.
Beautiful.
We can push that around the... I'm just going to push that around.
Beautiful.
Fold that in.
I love this stuff. Makes me hungry.
Good. I've got just the antidote for that.
I think it will come out nicely. Beautiful. Beautiful. At least we tried.
Perhaps we can always just fluff it back up again if you want to. It's up to you. But that's ready for the oven anyway. So,
alright.
Yeah, 180. Whack that in.
Okay, it's been heating for 20 minutes at least. Oh yeah. Looks golden. The next step will be just getting it and eating, right?
Right, yeah.
Basically.
We're able to have a taste.
High five.
High five.
Good. Alright, see you later, guys. Okay.
So we've been cooking in an oven, haven't we?
Yes. How long it took? Like 20 minutes?
Yeah, about 20 minutes, something like that. Quite a hot oven there, so we get that nice glaze over the top of the cottage pie.
Yes.
So
I'll let you do the last bit. Just
okay.
give me one portion.
I've just turned the oven off, so we'll open the
Just a
oven door
minute
now
ago.
and take out the cottage pie itself.
Alright.
It's some gravy that's spilled over the sides there. So
It's alright, we're gonna do the cleaning, no worries.
There we go.
That peace sign came out nicely. Can you turn it around so we can see it?
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, beautiful.
The peace sign came out. Okay, so I'm going to dig right into the bottom
Beautiful.
and portion that onto the plate.
Yeah, so you don't lose the base.
Okay, so there we go. A nice proportion of meat to potato.
Yeah, look here. You see 2 layers coming on
Okay.
nicely. And here as well.
Okay. I guess we could serve this with some peas or so additional with some gravy, but because it's got everything in there, it can just be eaten just like that.
Okay, let me show just this. So you see the 2 layers coming on nicely. You see, it's like 50-50. The good thing about this food, it's really balanced. You don't need no extras if you don't want.
That's right. Yeah, you just and once it's gone cold, once you've had enough and you've still got some left over, you can put it in the fridge and just after a night down the pub, perhaps.
Yeah,
Come
just
home,
coming
just
home, just
portion.
grab it.
whack it in the
Beautiful.
microwave, and it's just as good as what it was.
All
when I
right,
made it.
Simon. This looks ready. I appreciate you came here, show a little bit of English cuisine. We'll be going with this series, and maybe you make a return.
Well, I'd like to do that. So
Maybe somewhere in summer when we're gonna do the barbecues and steaks and whatnot, you could show me some beef steak or.
I'll be
what
very,
you-
very happy to do that.
All right,
Anytime.
Simon. Thank you for doing this.
Thanks very much. Thanks, Matiss.
All right.